And whenever you're ready.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for Super Bowl 60? Are you ready for the excitement, the adrenaline? Branson Cognac. What the fuck? What happened with the lights, man?
Recently, it was reported that Cameron will be collaborating with 50 Cent on Paid in Full. What would you expect to see with a Cameron and 50 Cent collaboration?
I don't know what to expect to see from them two suckers. I wouldn't care what to expect to see from them. I wish them the best. Just stay out of my way, please.
That's all?
That's it.
He was your man, like on the side, like in the side, just he was not a rapper at all. Right. So when Ballin' took place, and I'm looking and I'm going, oh, he having a moment. That's the Lloyd Banks. It's Lloyd Banks thing. He wanted that. He was watching them be that, like Mace be that, and Cam be that, and looked at, and it was finally he had one. Mm-hmm. And I just looked, and I knew I just took the shot, Murder, to see, because I wasn't sure he was gonna go for it. But I was like, we like Jimmy better than you anyway, Cam. You gotta watch and see how he starts. You see, he like, oh shit, he really like that. give me that, get me Jimmy. Yeah, tell him we want you at the show, Jimmy. Yo, but that was one of those things I just threw it out. And see, he was your man, like on the side, like in the side, just he was not a rapper at all. Right. So when Ballin' took place, and I'm looking and I'm going, oh, he having a moment. That's the Lloyd Banks. It's Lloyd Banks thing. He wanted that. He was watching them be that, like Mace be that, and Cam be that, and looked at, and it was finally he had one. Mm-hmm. And I just looked, and I knew I just took the shot, Murder, to see, because I wasn't sure he was gonna go for it. But I was like, we like Jimmy better than you anyway, Cam. You gotta watch and see how he starts. And then you see, he like, oh shit, he really like that. Give me that, get me Jimmy. Yeah, tell him we want you at the show, Jimmy. Yo, but that was one of those things I just threw it out. And see, he was.
It sounded like he wanted to do one with 50 Cent. That's what it sounded like. It sounded like Jim.
Nah, I don't want to do nothing with that sucker. You heard? Leave him out of the conversation.
You did that on purpose.
No, I didn't.
He did. Don't start.
Because he said a rapper. He said New York, and that's the only one that has a catalog.
I low-key was thinking it, I just didn't want to say it.
Because you got a catalog. There's no.
Because when you said think,
you can't get him to stop smoking weed.
I
went to the trailer. I was like, yo, just can you chill? Just chill. He was like, get out of here, man. Nah, he's going, no, it's legal, Fitz. It's legal.
What if the most powerful weapon in modern rap beef isn't a diss track? What if it's surveillance footage, real estate documents, and social media captions? Because in February 2026, that's exactly what happened. It started with a video that looked like something out of a reality TV drama. Surveillance cameras caught Jim Jones kicking and striking a locked studio door inside the Bronx. Not knocking, not waiting, kicking, repeatedly, until the door finally gave way. And less than 24 hours later, 50 Cent posted the footage online. But he didn't stop there. He posted lease documents, he posted business allegations, and he framed the entire situation like a landlord exposing a late-paying tenant. The internet didn't just watch this moment, it exploded. Within hours, millions of views were circulating across Instagram, YouTube, and X. Memes appeared instantly. Reaction videos started analyzing every frame. But here's the real question. Why did this hit so hard? Because this wasn't random drama. This was months of tension finally breaking into the open. And the story goes much deeper than a single viral clip. Because to understand the door-kicking footage, you have to understand how the war started. And that takes us back to late 2025. In late 2025, 50 Cent released a documentary project on Netflix. He promoted it heavily. He wanted it to be taken seriously as a business and cultural statement. But during an episode of the Let's Rap About It podcast, Jim Jones and his co-hosts watched the documentary live on air. Then they dropped the word that changed everything. They called it a mockumentary. Now that word is important, because mockumentary doesn't just mean bad documentary, it implies something deeper. It suggests that what you're watching is performance disguised as journalism, entertainment pretending to be investigation. And 50 Cent did not like that. But instead of responding with music or interviews, he used his signature strategy: business warfare. He started posting leaked audio clips allegedly from conversations with the building's landlord. The audio discussed rent amounts, back rent, payment delays. Numbers started circulating online. Some posts claimed $80,000 owed. Others pushed higher, even up to $250,000 in early rumors. Whether every number was accurate didn't matter. Because in internet culture, perception often becomes reality faster than legal facts can catch up. And 50 Cent was not just attacking credibility, he was attacking financial stability. Because nothing creates pressure like public money questions. And that was only the beginning. This wasn't a traditional rap beef. There were no diss tracks released, no public rap battles scheduled. Instead, 50 Cent turned the conflict into a story about responsibility. His message was simple: you criticize my work. I talk about your bills. That framing forced Jim Jones into a difficult position. If he responded emotionally, he looked defensive. If he ignored it, the narrative kept growing. Meanwhile, more posts kept coming. Memes, tagged mentions, jokes about studio heating problems during winter months. Even fellow Dipset member Cam'ron joined the meme wave by joking about the studio conditions. And 50 Cent kept amplifying everything. Because in modern media warfare, repetition is power. The story slowly shifted from music beef to financial accountability to real estate control narratives. The audience was now watching something closer to a business thriller than a rap feud. And that's when the real escalation happened. In February 2026, everything changed overnight. 50 Cent posted new content. This time, he wasn't just trolling. He posted a photo standing beside a man identified as Sam, the building's owner. The caption was direct: "Sam is my partner. I own the joint. Fix every door you kick or I'll kick you." The message was clear. This was no longer just conflict between artists. This was a landlord-tenant power structure story. If true, the narrative was devastatingly effective. Because now every time Jim Jones accessed that studio, it could be framed as entering someone else's property. The optics were brutal. Business leverage is often stronger than artistic leverage, because art creates fame, but property creates control. However, there was one major detail. No official deeds or contracts were publicly confirmed showing ownership transfer. So the story lived in a gray zone between marketing narrative and legal reality. And that ambiguity actually helped the drama spread, because the internet loves uncertainty. People debated, was this genius business strategy or just social media trolling taken too far? Either way, the story was now everywhere. But Jim Jones wasn't about to let the narrative sit uncontested, and his response was unexpectedly brilliant. Instead of releasing angry statements, instead of arguing about rent numbers, Jim Jones responded with humor. He posted a video of himself wearing the same outfit from the surveillance footage, same dark clothes, same boots. He stood in the studio and performed exaggerated martial arts moves while the movie The Last Dragon played on a large screen behind him. The symbolism was deliberate. The film represents hip-hop culture blending with cinematic storytelling and identity expression. Jones turned the humiliating footage into a character. Kung Fu Jim was born. The caption doubled down. Kung Fu Jim is what they call him. We got cable, LOL. That line did two things at once. It pushed back against the narrative that the studio was struggling financially, and it turned the entire conflict into free promotion. Within hours, memes changed tone. Instead of, Jim Jones got caught, it became, Kung Fu Jim doesn't need locked doors. That is reputation engineering in real time. Jones wasn't denying the footage. He was rewriting its meaning. And that is often more powerful than denial, because narratives can be rebranded. Facts are harder to change. Later that same day, Jones posted more stories. He joked that he was trying to figure out what to promote while still being in the spotlight. He even posted screenshots saying, "This fool promoting me free." From a marketing perspective, this was brilliant damage control. Because 50 Cent's strategy depended on humiliation, but Jones turned humiliation into entertainment. This created a psychological shift in audience perception. Now the story was not who was right, but who was more entertaining And in modern media, entertainment often wins attention battles. Jones continued posting studio tours, showing equipment, showing production spaces. The message was clear. The operation is still running. The podcast is still alive. The brand is still growing. Meanwhile, outlets started analyzing the conflict as a case study in media warfare. Because 50 Cent was using receipts, legal framing, business leverage, and Jones was using humor, culture references, persona branding. Two completely different war strategies. But here's where things get serious. Because memes don't pay rent. And social media wars don't resolve legal disputes. Reports suggested the podcast crew owed between $80,000 and $180,000 in back rent, though exact figures were never fully verified in court documents. Jones reportedly wired around $200,000 at one point to address arrears. But the legal situation was complicated. In New York, landlords cannot simply lock tenants out without court approval. Even after lease termination, eviction usually requires legal proceedings. That means the door-kicking footage may have existed in a legal gray area. Some reports even suggested police may have been called to restore access, but none of that was fully confirmed publicly, which leaves the story suspended between entertainment and legal reality. And that's where things stand. So, who really won? That depends on what you value. If the goal was attention and engagement, both sides won. If the goal was financial leverage and narrative control, 50 Cent played a ruthless business game. If the goal was cultural relevance and viral branding, Jim Jones turned conflict into marketing. But the real story isn't about two rappers arguing online, it's about how modern entertainment conflicts are fought. And that's exactly what makes stories like this so addictive to watch unfold. Because in today's entertainment world, drama doesn't just live in studios or studios' booths anymore. It lives online, in captions, in receipts, in narratives built post by post, video by video, move by move. And whether you're a fan of 50 Cent's business-minded strategy, or you respect Jim Jones's ability to turn pressure into personality and promotion, one thing is clear: modern beef isn't just about winning arguments. It's about winning attention. And attention is the real currency of the internet. So the real question isn't who won this particular moment, it's who is still controlling the story when the memes fade and the timelines go quiet. Because in entertainment, the battle doesn't always end with apologies or press statements. Sometimes it just ends with everyone moving on. While the internet keeps remembering, if you want more deep dives that go beyond surface headlines and really unpack what's happening behind the scenes in hip-hop culture, hit subscribes. Because in today's music and entertainment world, the posts are polished, the captions are strategic, but the truth is always more complicated than it looks. Until next time, stay sharp, stay curious, and don't let the algorithm think for you.